Hey there, everyone. Tania here, your nutritionist and fitness coach with Fit Nutrition. Thank you for joining me here on another episode of Fit Nutrition Podcast. Today, I am super excited. We are going to introduce the NIL House Nutrition segment on Brinx TV. So, a few of you have probably seen me post a few of our segments where I am a regular contributor on this new TV show. So I'm super excited to have my own segment. And I just wanted to introduce all of you to it so you can see exactly what we've got going on. Some great content that you can dive into. It's all free and they pay you for watching. So isn't that very cool, right? So you can just dive in, you can create a free account. And so I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. So first of all, let me know where you are tuning in from. If you're watching live when I post this today, thank you so much. If you're checking out the replay, thank you for tuning in. Drop where you're watching from. And if you have seen any of the segments yet on the Brinx TV platform. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. So what is this new thing? Okay. It is a collection of segments, health episodes. It's the epicenter for all things nutrition. So let's just put it that way. That's our tagline, the epicenter for all things nutrition. So anything to do with food and recipes, that's me. All things health and wellness and fitness and mindset, that's my good friend Carrie, and how to flip the switch, how to change your direction of where you're going in life. Excellent motivational speaker, Rex Crane. He handles those. Gut Check with Dr. Anna Toker. So all things digestive and gut related. She's a world-renowned digestive surgeon. So she's a really good one to listen to. Some stories from young people and teens and how they've, combated eating disorders and all of those kinds of things. People with different body types, how they're living PFC and the program. All of these things and so much more, all on this one platform that you can plug into and watch for free. So I just wanted to show that to you because, whenever we have some great information, I just want to make sure that you have access to it and that you're not missing out on anything. And you can watch it on an app and you can share it with all your friends, again, for free. So you know how much I love free, right? I love to share it with everybody. So I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen. We're going to watch a little bit of the video. You all know my good buddy, my awesome friend, Mark McDonald. We've been friends and health pro partners for over a decade now, almost 13 years. And so he and my good friend Carrie are leading the charge with organizing all of the content that goes on to this amazing platform. And they are hosting with all of us as regular contributors coming on. So I just want to run the beginning of one of my segments here so you can just see exactly what it looks like, how to find us, and what you're looking for. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna go into, all right, so here is what it looks like if you're going to go online to Brinx.tv. You're going to want to go to this little space here, the NIL House Nutrition. You see where my little mouse is circling there? And then it's going to pop up with Mark with a video on each one of these. And down below are the episodes. So we've got, I forgot to say, we've got Sue Hitzman doing the melt method in there too. Fascia expert, world-renowned fascia expert. Awesome to listen to her as well too. And then all of these wonderful segments that are down below here like this, and you can just scroll through and find one that speaks to you and then go ahead and watch it. So I've set this one up here. We're just going to turn this on a little bit and you can just check this out for a few hot minutes.
Renowned nutrition and fitness expert and New York Times best-selling author. I spent my career launching global movements and helping empower millions of people to live with food freedom. This is what the NIL House Nutrition is all about. Your epicenter for all things nutrition. Hello, Mark McDonald here, and welcome to the NIL House Nutrition, your epicenter for all things nutrition. Now, are you a foodie? Do you dream about food? Now, I do. I want you to imagine your favorite pizza. I want you to imagine your favorite chicken or salmon or beef or steak dinner. Imagine creamy oatmeal, or maybe your favorite toast with some great butter or avocado salad. Start dreaming about food, because this show, we talk so much about nutrition. Well, we're going to dive into food freedom. All of those limiting beliefs that you thought, oh, I can't eat that. Or if I want to get healthy, I need to suffer. We're going to expose all of that right now, because we brought on, who's going to have a recurring role on the show. She is the PFC3 guru. She is a foodie She is the recipe star. Her name is Tania Gustafson. And every single week, you're going to hear incredible recipes and food ideas that's going to make your life easier so that you can truly start living with food freedom. Tania, are you ready to share the power of food freedom?
I am so ready. Thanks for having me here, Mark. I'm super excited to be here.
Okay, so there we go. That's a little taste of my first episode there. We've got a couple happening. We'll be taping some more coming up this week. So I hope that some of you have plugged in already and watched some of the free content. You'll notice at the top as well, too, when I'm going to come back here, too, and just share my screen with you, because I wanted to explain. You'll notice at the beginning, I said you can watch for free, and then they'll pay you to watch, right? So you're probably wondering, what the heck is that all about? So I'm going to share back up here. Now take a look on the top right-hand corner. Up here in the corner, I'm just going to move my head so I can see. It says Brinx Bucks. So there's something, my Brinx Bucks totals are 177. So I'm getting up there. So every time you watch an episode, and now that goes for our NIL House segments here. There might be other things on this channel that you really enjoy watching. Absolutely. Go ahead, dive in. And so as you're watching things, you'll notice that the little ticker goes up and your numbers go up. And those translate into Brinx Bucks, where you can purchase things on the platform. So I have not yet used any of my Brinx Bucks to buy anything, but I know that you can. And so if anyone has, please drop it below. I'd love to hear what you got and what the choices are, because I honestly haven't even explored that. I am just getting ready with getting all the segments up there and making sure that we have our content for you. So getting stuff out there for you is my primary goal at the moment, and then I'll check with my Brinx Bucks later. So I want to come back here actually and just dive into and show you again some of the regular contributors, who they will be. I'm going to scroll up here. Hopefully you can see down at the bottom here. So there's myself. I'm just going to go back to the very beginning where we started. So they're all numbered as well too. So we've got the intro here. Number 1 talks about what we are and what's going to happen here. So you can dive into all of those things that Mark has up here. And then basically blood sugar stabilization is our foundation for all that we do here with PFC, with all that we do with our health, with our fitness, with our 6 spinning plates, right? Nutrition, exercise, water, sleep, stress, and supplements. We know that, right? Food is our foundation. And so all of that foundation is built around blood sugar. So of course, the first episode after the introduction has to be on blood sugar, but you can just take note of the number and then whichever one that you wanted to go to. So here we have some gals talking about disordered eating in sports, and that's very common, especially among girls. So in sports and in dance and in gymnastics, things like that, there's a lot of disordered eating out there, and it's pushed sometimes without even realizing it. And so if that's you or somebody you know, or you want to, you have young girls or kids in sports and things like that, you might want to dive into that. Rex Crane, world-renowned motivational speaker, inspiration. He is amazing. I've heard him speak many, many, many times over the years, and I always come away with new things, new takeaways. And so he's talking about how do you flip the switch on what's holding you back. So that can be applied not only in your health and fitness journey, but it can be applied in other things in your life, maybe with your relationship, maybe with your job, maybe with your business, maybe whatever that happens to be. So if that's something, because that is, again, it's a part of our health, because if we're not dialed in there, our stress level is up, right? Because we're not managing things. So that makes our stress plate wobble. So all of these things have to do with getting those 6 plates in order. Dr. Anna Toker that I mentioned before, why is the gut so important? So a good intro as to why this, people don't quite understand. They think that things are happening in other parts of the body, and it's restricted to that part of the body. The brain is one prime example where we now know that almost everything that's going on up here is controlled by our gut, what's happening down here. It's not a head thing, it's a gut thing. And she does a great job of outlining that. So again, she's a digestive surgeon, good person to listen to on that. Sue Hitzman, melting your way to a pain-free life. So if you've got some aches and pains, things like that, she calls it stuck stress. So if you have things that are going on in your joints and your tissue, and you're just like, man, I don't know, this is kind of nagging and hanging on, you might want to check this out, the MELT method. You can also go to my website, fuelignitethrive.com. I've got a link directly to the Melt website if you want to check out the different tools and things that she uses as well here, because there's no link that goes from here. So again, on my website, fuelignitethrive.com, you can look for Melt in the shop there, and it goes directly to her website, and you can check that out. Again, wanting to provide tools for people, right? Dan Miller, an exceptional speaker, also supporting blood sugar stabilization, but all different ways that we can live healthier and happier. And his segment is called Uncaged. He says how you can live to be 130. Wow, I'm thinking I'm shorting myself, because I was thinking 120 was the limit, but apparently not, right? We can go as, I think the whole point is, if you're looking after your body in a way that's optimal and you're optimizing what you can do, like the sky's the limit, right? And then there's myself here with the recipes as we got started there. These two gentlemen both have extremely different body types. One is able to lose weight really quickly, the other one not. And so what their challenges were being together doing this journey. And so that's really interesting to listen to as well. Mark talks about the 10 weight loss drug dangers. There's a lot being promoted out there and pushed on society. Ozempic is a big one. You've probably heard me talk about that ad nauseum by now. Ozempic and Wegovy and a whole bunch of others. And there are a lot of dangers happening in there. So I believe Dr. Anna Toker might weigh in on this one as well too. So sometimes there's multiple guests on every episode, and then about stress, and you can just keep scrolling. This one, talk about after having a baby. This person lost 100 pounds after having postpartum struggles. So taking a look at that, right? So there's a lot of different topics in there. And I hope that as you're diving into all things health for you, that, you don't just limit yourself. There's a lot of great resources here in this group, but there's also things like the Brinx TV, like our hormone challenge that I posted, where we have another little support group there where you can dive right into, my new app that I'm promoting and sharing with all my clients now, like my recipe box, which is now up and running, which is super exciting. We'll have to do a podcast on that. And so many things that we have resources for, that, please do dial in. And sometimes it might seem a little overwhelming. So how do we do things that are overwhelming? We think about that elephant. How do we eat the elephant? One bite at a time, little tiny bits through the day, through the week, through the month, through the year, through your life, little tiny bits, and then you will get it done. Don't expect to do it all in one go. It's not going to fit on your fork, won't fit in your mouth, definitely going to make you sick if you try. So one bite at a time, and you will get there regardless of what the topic is. And especially if that's thinking about, information overload, because I know when there can be a lot of information, sometimes people go, whoa, that's too much. Might just not do anything, right? And that's not where we want to go. That's absolutely not where we want to go. So just pick something that speaks to you. And if 6 spinning plates is even too much, pick one of those. And then check in the guide section here at the top of this group and find something that goes with the plate that you picked. Or do it in reverse. Go to the guide section and find a little short video that talks about something that's really speaking to you at the moment. And then that's going to give you some tips on how to work through that and get started. And as you do a little bit more, and build on what you're doing every day, pretty soon you're going to start to notice some really, really big, significant changes. And that's what really gets me fired up and excited, when you start seeing changes. So this is just this Brinx TV, the NIL House Nutrition, is just another tool in our toolbox that I wanted to provide for you. So I had to come on here and show you where it is, how to find it. So I'm going to put the link in the comments here, but you're going to go to brinx.tv. You just make a free account. You just use your email. You can also download the Brinx TV app. You're going to log in the same way. The points, your little Brinx bucks, they do track on both, whether online or on your app, whether, regardless of how you're watching. And then you can have that wherever you go. It's free information. And there are segments that are coming up every day, 4 o'clock PST time. There's an episode live. You might not know what it is. Catch it, log in at 4 o'clock PST time, wherever you are. That's 7 Eastern time, and see what the news of the day is in our epicenter for all things nutrition. So thank you for joining me today on Fit Nutrition Podcast. I hope that was helpful to you. Please drop your comments below if you have questions. Let me know if you've watched some episodes and what you think. Let me know if you've spent your Brinx bucks yet and what you got with it, because I'd love to hear. And if you have any suggestions for recipes that you'd love me to share, as always, you can direct message me or you can drop them in the comments, because this group is about you and I want to serve you. So let me know what you're thinking. Thanks again for joining me. Come back here next week for another episode of Fit Nutrition Podcast. Have an awesome day, all.